You know, this airplane didn't just start a year and a half ago. This airplane's been in development for over 7 years, from pen and paper to what you see today. So it's a monumental effort, and there's so many people involved. We've had pilots integrated with the engineers from day one. We know the airplane as best as we possibly can, better than anybody else on the earth at this point. I mean, it's really making sure we can take all of that background training and experience into the airplane for the first flight.
I was born 30 years too late for the Apollo program, maybe 30 years too early for the next space adventures. And it turns out that airplanes are actually a lot more fun.
Wanted to fly ever since I can possibly remember.
I've been an airplane nut since a kid. For me, it was a good blend of being able to do engineering and mix that with flying.
I grew up next to an Air Force base, and I always thought it was fascinating that people would take airplanes and push them to their limits and capabilities, find where those edges are.
Just being here and being a part of the first flight, let alone being the pilot in command, satisfies all my professional goals. Here I am in the seat that I wanted to be in when I was 9 years old.
First flight's always the pinnacle of any program. It makes you look back and say, wow, that all of this came together. And when first flight is successful, we can look back and say our involvement was, benefiting the flight test crew, and that's what we're all about.
Everything that we put in place is coming to fruition, and it is truly a team effort. And that's when that airplane flies, that is going to be something.
When you see it take off that first time, you know that you put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into it, but everybody seems to pull through, and that's what makes first flight really, really special.
Feelings of the morning of the first flight start with nervous anticipation.
If you look at the energy going around, you get a lot of smiling engineers. First flight is always something unique for a company, and it's very unique for flight test professionals as well.
It's going to be excitement and anxiety probably rolled into one. You've prepared. Your entire training has been focused on this one singular event, and to be able to bring that to bear, that's probably going to be the biggest excitement leading into first flight.
That first flight feeling that you get after the flight's done, that's what I really look forward to when I get out of bed, because there's no other feeling. I don't know how to explain it once you've completed it and the mission and everyone gets the high fives. Getting goosebumps right now thinking about it, actually.
When you go into aviation, you want to be on the leading edge of something, and being at the leading edge with the #1 business jet company in the world, you couldn't ask for anything better as an aerospace engineer and a test pilot.
Hats off to the pilots and to the crew that are on that airframe. For them to get on and to go and take something up in the air for the very first time, that takes a lot of courage and commitment.
We have rehearsed and practiced. We've run the airplane inside, outside. We've had it up to on the very edge of takeoff speed.
I think each one of us in our heart is hoping that there's no surprises. You can't absolutely rely on that. You got to expect the unexpected as a test pilot, and we really are prepared as best as we possibly can. And that really comes from the wealth of experience that we've gained from operating these laboratory environments.
The first flight rehearsals we've done, those 30 to 50,000 hours of lab testing. We've never been able to do that before, but these labs allowed us to do multiple virtual flight tests.
What goes through my mind on the day of first flight are all the details, the safety, the quality.
Did we do everything we can? That's always the question we ask. Have we done everything that we can to the point now that we are to make sure that we actually conduct that safe flight and we return the aircraft back on deck?
What are those things that I need to do to ensure that each one of those things is taken care of? You don't let your guard down until the mission is complete.
really the team that's been involved in this that I've been lucky enough to be at the center of for the entire time is probably the thing I'm most proud of.
It's been an incredible journey and something that I'm thankful to have been a part of. The team of people that I get to lead is outstanding.
I am absolutely most proud of the way the team has just always come together to make it happen.
Pride of accomplishment, a little bit of relief.
We're in a 1 million square foot facility here today, and there's genius all around us. In terms of what's really going to make me the most proud, it's really making them proud.
Then you realize that all the work, a lot of different people that went in to get you to this point, and that you have the honor to represent them on that flight, and you become humbled by it.
After first flight, you automatically start wanting to learn how the aircraft perform, what we can do to continue that success throughout the flight test program.
That's when our work really starts right back up again.
First flight's going to basically help us validate how well we've done and keep us motivated to keep on going, because we've got many more years of testing to do in the labs and on the flight test airplanes.
I think the defining moment of this program is when we have certification and we realize that we accomplished what we set out to accomplish.
So far, it's a fantastic airframe. It's done everything that it's been predicted to do. It's behaving well, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it get through the certification program, and I can't wait for us to get it into the hands of the customers, because I think we build them a winner.
Everything that we do leads us down the road to getting that aircraft out to our customers. And when we watch all of our hard work culminate in getting a type certification for the aircraft, that's going to be fantastic. What'll be unique is when we deliver that first aircraft and we see the smile of that customer.
What goes through my head when I think about the amount of work that's gone into getting to this point is just, wow, we're finally here. And then the next thought is, well, this is just the beginning.